This video is not intended for children. Hello everyone, this is Isaac. Nope, this is Taryn. Dag nabbit! I swear it's only on Doom. I swear I only ever do it on Doom.
It's only when you play it, because you're so used to me introing the videos. You're so used to the hello, this is Isaac, this is Taryn order of things.
That's gotta be it, because holy freaking crap,
so
man.
funny. So funny. Alright. Well, everyone, thank you so much. Welcome to Doom.
It's only mildly annoying, but because it's like so routine at this point, it becomes more annoying, you know?
Hey, it's just confusing our long-time listeners to being like, wait, I thought that the other one was Taryn. Do they have a weird voice thing going on right now?
No, though it is funny how, like, especially earlier on, how often people were like, which one's which?
Yeah, I agree.
God,
also, I
no
mean,
one likes you.
I was also, like, super far from the mic there.
Go away.
Yeah. I was also, like, super far away from the mic there, so, I don't know, maybe I did sound weird.
Isaac, why can't I move?
Because you're in an elevator.
Also, I have no feet.
You've never had feet.
I never noticed.
You are you are a gun with hands.
Ooh. I mean, that's true in most games, I understand, I hadn't noticed. So, go gosh!
You realize there were enemies in that hole that fell and appeared in front of you, right?
What? There were enemies in the hole?
Oh, come on! Speaking of the Curse of Doom.
Yeah. The hiccups. No, we've been together doing, you know, lore and or comments or whatever for a couple hours now.
About 2.5 hours now.
And not once.
Not once. Not once. Sorry, I'll bleep that one. It's still kind of early. It's probably not in the first minute, but I'm still gonna bleep it. Yeah. Oh man, I don't know what it is today, everyone, but like, I am tired and so blah, and it's literally the beginning of our recording session, so
who is punching me?
For these next few episodes, I apologize if I am under par. But yeah, so go back.
Well, you know, I mean, realistically, if you're under par, that's actually a good thing. Because, you know, that's how golf works, I'm told.
What do you mean you're told? Yeah, that's how it works.
Do you know, I've played golf very briefly and never well enough to care about what par is supposed to be.
Oh, did you actually go down there and I missed it?
No, I did not.
Oh, okay. Things shot up at you through that hole when you first came down.
I mean, I saw one of these dudes pop up out of it. Is that what you were talking about?
I guess so, yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, Taryn, the way that golf works is that each hole, and yeah, I'm gonna sit here and talk about this because at least it's something to talk about. That one got you.
That was
that
so
one
cool.
got you.
The other one almost got me. I literally stepped onto it, stepped away.
Can you jump over there? Can you just jump over?
Hold on a second. Something is stomping behind me.
Who cares? Get the rune.
Oh, I kept it was the kind of stomping you expected to have people come and jump you with.
Okay, you're not gonna equip any of them anyway. Yeah, I should probably go adjust what I have equipped because I don't remember anymore, but it's fine. Give me holy magics!
But yeah, and so the way golf works is each hole has a par. So let's say that it's a par 4 course.
Okay. Oh, I'll just sit back and let this happen.
What that means is that on average, people are able to finish that course in 4 hits, right?
Oh, okay.
So if you get it in 4, then you get a 0 score for that hole. Because
you rat bastards. Oh, I see. I stepped through the door and suddenly they're all aware that I exist.
Yep.
Ooh, what are you?
Haste, I think.
Yeah!
Wow. Yeah, that haste.
Oh, it's infinite ammo.
It's infinite ammo. All right.
My favorite gun! It's on! It's on!
I believe
I don't even
you're
care
out.
if this is the best option or not.
You're out of infinite ammo now, but that was pretty great.
That was incredibly disappointing. Like that it was over, not like the effect, but
but if you got it in 5 hits, that same 4-part course, you would get a 1 on your score. And if you got it in 3 hits, you'd get a -1 on your score. And that's how scoring in golf works. So, obviously, if
truly lower you can get negative, and the lower your score, the better it is.
The better it is, yeah. For example, like a hole-in-one on a 4-par course is, a -3 score. There might be something special about hole-in-ones that I don't know about, but as far as I know, that would be the only thing for it.
Okay.
And it's funny because
Taryn, you miserable loser.
It's funny because talking about golf made me think of Sarah and I got the
Ooh, you are tough.
Clubhouse games, the 51 games on Switch. And one of them is little toy golf that you can do. And so that's why it made me think of it, was that. But while playing the Clubhouse games game, I've been introduced to 3 or 4 games that I'd literally either never had the opportunity to play or never had the interest or what have you. And Sarah and I are both really enjoying most of those games that we just got introduced to. Like, one of them was Hanafuda.
You mentioned that one, yeah.
Which I think I've talked to you about, which, for those of you who don't know, Hanafuda is this old, drop the controller. It's an old card-laying game. Nintendo started out as a Hanafuda card printing company, like that's what they did. And so that was pretty cool. And then I also learned how to play shogi. I think that's what it's called. I don't know, Japanese or Chinese chess. I think it's called shogi.
Ew.
And
oh no.
What?
No, that he used to like get down.
That was pretty gross.
Get rocked.
And then I could swear there was 2 other ones, but all I can think of right now is Riichi Mahjong. And I had so much fun playing it. That was very interesting.
Interesting.
I had so much fun playing with it, and so much, I was just enjoying Riichi Mahjong, and it is in a surprising number of games. Like, a version of it is in Suikoden 4. There's a parent.
Oh yeah, that was a conversation we had. It's like, all right, if it's a Japanese game, then the game has Riichi Mahjong.
Riichi Mahjong.
It has Riichi Mahjong. If it's a game from somewhere more European, it's got 21.
Yeah, it's got blackjack.
Like, those are the games that you play in most fictions that don't, because most of them aren't going to make up their own thing. They just reskin Riichi Mahjong or 21. Pazak 21, the game from Fable 20. Oh my gosh!
Yeah.
Almost any other game you can think of, 21 or Riichi Mahjong. Oh, you know what? Here, boom!
Oh, he exploded.
Oh my gosh!
But so, like, the first place I think I ever got introduced to it was probably Suikoden, but I never understood what the crap was going on. And then apparently there are like entire achievements locked behind playing Mahjong in Yakuza, the game. Like in apparently all of the Yakuza games, Riichi Mahjong is a big part of it. Or at least a part of it that is like required for certain things. And it's funny because, like, you definitely find that out through all of the comments of any video you watch on how to play Riichi Mahjong, because they're all like, if you're here to play in the video, they'll generally say, I'm here to teach you the basics of how to play Riichi Mahjong, so that you can play it and actually know what you're doing for games like Yakuza and things like that. And you look at all the comments and it was like, I'm here because of Yakuza. I can't beat the Mahjong part. And it's like, wow, apparently that's a thing.
All right, we'll be right back. I'm gonna go grab that lore card that we missed.
I don't think you can,
Maybe.
dude. Yeah, we're probably not going to be able to get back there until we can warp. But so I am playing it in a game where you actually just play the game. There's not actually a reason to it. It's just to enjoy playing Riichi Mahjong. And so I wanted to understand that.
Oh, I forgot those are in here.
So I actually wanted to understand how to fully play the game, which is not something that most of them teach you, because like most of the videos are anywhere from 10 minutes to a half an hour to teach you the very basics of how to play it so that you can understand it and enjoy it in video game form. And I'm like, okay, but there are very clearly intricacies of the game that I could be using in the Clubhouse Games version that you're not teaching me. For example, like they very much make it clear. It's like if you're going to play this game, just never what are called pawn and chi, which is where you take the discards of your fellow players to increase your hand. They're like, if you're just playing it on a game where you just need to beat it real quick, just don't do it. It's easier to just fulfill a hand and get more points if you don't. And I'm like, but I want to understand why and how to do that. So I ended up finding a 3.5 hour long video.
Oh my god.
And at the very beginning, this dude is like, hey, I am going to teach you how to play Riichi Mahjong. I'm not going to teach you how to play basic bitch version. No,
does he actually say it
doesn't,
that way? Because that'd be amazing.
That's what the was that?
Right? Like, I assumed it was a tentacle going back in the ground, and it was nothing.
But no, he didn't actually say that, but, like, that's basically what he was inferring. He's like, if you want to learn how to play it quickly for a game or something like that, there are plenty of other videos. I'm going to sit here and teach you how to play the full thing of Riichi Mahjong with all of the rules. If you don't want that, that's fine. But I think it's a super fun game, and you should totally check it out.
Oh.
And,
hold on, we'll be back as soon as I get through this, so you don't have to watch the third time.
Aha, 3 times later. And so I was like, all right, this.
So you
that's just it. I'm like, all right,
video.
that's what I'm wanting. I want to know everything, so this is perfect. And I will say, for being a 3 hour long video, it's required.
Oh,
he didn't waste a minute of that video talking about things that didn't really matter.
It was very straight to the point.
It was very much, okay, this first section is probably unimportant for most of you because you're probably going to be playing on a video game that does most of this for you. But I want to teach you how to set it up if you decide to buy your own Riichi Mahjong set and stuff like that. Here's how you do it. And he went and did that for like 10 minutes explaining all of the setup and how to shuffle the tiles and line them up properly and set them up for the game as a whole. And seriously, these are like 20 to 30 minute sections on just how the basic game works. And I sat there and watched it. I watched all but the last, I think, 45 minutes of it, because the last 45 minutes of it are variant rules, slash rules that are just used in general. He talks about, he's like, these are all the rules that are generally used in every game. And then...
Real quick, the reason I was just standing there was because apparently using that thing does not work if I'm standing in the
elevator. That's annoying.
The second I stepped out of the elevator, it worked. So I wasn't just standing there to be like, you
had a reason, yeah.
I was like, come on, do my thing.
But, so, you know, he just went over variant rules that will only matter when I get my own set of Mahjong tiles and get to pick my own stuff. Other than that, you know, games already pick what does and does not fly, right?
Ho! Okay.
But I was very impressed. Like, I honestly sitting there and I'm like, there's no way that it takes 3 hours to actually explain how to play a, you know, basically a card game, like poker or something like that. This is there's no way. And I'm like, by the end of it,
and by the end of it,
I was like, oh wow, I was so wrong. And I've been playing Riichi Mahjong on the Clubhouse games now, anywhere from once to 3 times a day, since I got it. And there's still stuff that I'm like, why did that work?
Do you go back and reference things every so often?
Like,
or?
If I forget a rule or something like that, and I guarantee you when I actually go and start, because I do now want to own my own set of Mahjong tiles. Like, that's how much I'm enjoying playing this game. And I will say, like, when I go to buy my own tiles, I will most definitely be referencing that video a lot more, because at least in the video game, it's like once you understand how to play the game fully and the rules around it, then it at least has most of what you need right there on. Nice first shot.
Ooh, that was close.
Pretty. Oh, my phone's not silenced. All right. It has most of what you need right there on the game. But the big thing, and this was the thing that probably always threw me off in basically every time I ever played it, because it threw me off when Sarah and I were learning how to play it for this game. Mm-hmm. In order to quote-unquote go out, your hand has to fulfill what is called yaku, otherwise known as, basically a hand. It has to fulfill one thing to make it an actual legal hand.
Okay.
And there are some legal hands that are not legal if you've taken a piece from someone else and thus quote-unquote opened your hand. And that was something that I was always doing in literally every time I've ever played Riichi Mahjong in any version of the game. I'd be like, well, I'm just gonna go ahead and steal the tiles because it'll make what I need, right? And while that's technically true, you also need to be able to fulfill everything else that goes with that. Oh, you've got to be kidding me.
Oh, what?
Okay.
Okay. We're like, no freaking way.
The path is now clear. You can access Dr. Hayden's.
Yay. We have about 6 minutes.
Okay. I just have a feeling that
probably.
Will take us cutscene.
But so, like, when Sarah and I were very first playing it on the game, we would both like chi and pawn and steal all of our opponent's discards to make our hands, and we're like, well, we're sitting here, we have the right number of everything, why can we not go out? Why can't we win? And the reason is because we didn't have a yaku. We had nothing that actually made it an official hand.
Oh, screw this.
And we were so frustrated with that, and that's what ended up making me go watch the video. Was I'm like, why can I not go out when my hand looks like this? So you have 13 tiles in your hand, and in order to win, you have to have your 13 tiles and the one additional tile equal 4 sets of 3, either in a run of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, etc.
Dude,
oh,
check
that's
out all
really
the bullet
cool.
casings I never noticed I left.
They do.
They glow.
But so you have to have 4 sets of 3 and then a pair of 1, so that your total of 14 tiles is divided into sets of 3 or runs of 3 and then 1 single pair. And we would have that all the time. Okay. It's like, I have 4 sets and I just drew this. It's a pair. Why can I not go out? And it was so frustrating and really pissed us off.
And it's because you weren't using the other, you weren't keeping
yeah, it's
track
because
of that
our
rule.
hands had no official hand to them, kind of thing. And so it was really frustrating because I'm like, I'm having a lot of fun with this game, but I keep thinking I should be able to go out, and then suddenly I can't, and it was really starting to piss me off. And I'm like, you know what? I'm having enough fun with this. I'm gonna go find out how to play. And then I found the 3-hour video, and then he explained that, and I'm like, That's why? Are you kidding me? And so yeah, in the game, I think there's like 30 to like 20 to 40 Yaku.
Yes. Take that. Oh, I thought that replenished my ammo. I'm disappointed.
Yeah, I don't know. The car blocked it. Yeah.
Because of that car? Oh, that's aggravating as all get out.
What was I saying? Oh yeah, so there are like 20 to 40 Yaku that you can get in the game. And a lot of those you can combine. Like, as long as one does not expressly cancel out the other by existing, you can get multiple Yaku, and each one is worth different Han, which is the amount of points you get, and that's a whole different thing. But yeah, I was such a mixture of frustrated and elated when I found out what it was that was holding me back. It's like, oh, it's because I haven't been following these sets of things that I have to get in order to get points.
That's funny.
Yeah. Yeah, so go ahead.
You ready for me to hit this? Okay.
This is Dr. Elena Richardson. Log entry 006, February 9th, 2163. The only thing they fear is him. We watched as the Horde overwhelmed the very best and most advanced machinery and weapons technology that we could muster against the opposition.
It occurs to me there was a zombie, yep.
Useless. They moved too quickly. They cared not for themselves, only sought out the blood of humanity. They were willing to sacrifice their own to get to the heart of our world. We slaughtered thousands and millions more followed, but then he came. He cut through them like a sickle through a field. His fury surpassing their own. He is faster, more relentless. I believe him now to be more than just a man. He is Doom.
That is not how I expected her to say the word Doom there.
Doom.
I didn't expect, because she literally said, he is Doom. And I'm like, well, that was a lot less intense than I was expecting.
That's not how I thought it would read. Yeah. Wanted to let you finish your story, but we did pick up a lore card.
Right.
So we have the return of Samuel Hayden part 2, but not part 1. Oh, because that's the one I missed.
We'll wait. So we'll wait on that.
Yeah, we will go back for that when the game lets us.
I will also say
them both.
to everyone commenting, we have noticed that we have missed a lot of stuff, and I am sorry about that. That is on both of us. Oh no! Did the game freeze? Did the game freeze? Are you kidding me?
Xbox One.
No! That's not horrible.
Oh, it's not too terrible.
Yeah, we're still gonna wait. We'll come back when we're back where we were.
Okay, so you were talking about...
Okay. Sorry, everyone. Let me get close to the mic again. So, for everyone who's been commenting and like, hey, you missed this items... Are you fucking kidding me?
Okay, so we're going to end this episode here.
Yeah.
Isaac, feel free to finish your story. Or to finish what you were going to say, I should say.
Yep. All right, yeah, I'll just talk from here. Yeah, so to everyone who said, you know, you're asking for lore, the reading on something specific. We know we've missed some, and we are really sorry about that. We also know that we still haven't gone back to read all the original ones. We've been very busy with other with life in general, as well as new...
And, small technical problems, like the game
like this.
Dying on the same spot twice in a row.
But I promise we will do it. I don't have a promise on when, unfortunately. But
our plan was actually to record all that this week, but stuff happened.
Yeah,
so
this week's been crazy. Next week's going to be crazy, and the week after that is going to be crazy. After that, it might calm down. I don't know. 2020 has been the fuck you year to everyone, so we'll see. So anyway, yeah. So thank you all so much for watching and wanting those things. Like, we really appreciate that you actually want us to read all those lore bits, and we will. But for now,
for sure though, this next episode we'll have probably both at this point, the Samuel Haydens, because not gonna start another recording until I can walk through that bottom frickin' ramp.
Yeah. And if that doesn't happen today, sorry, and you might not see a video next week, actually, because we have issues that are happening. But I'll post something about that at that point. Thank you all so much for coming in and joining us. If you want to see more of this or any of the Let's Play lore, etc., let us know what it is you want to see in the comments down below. In the meantime, this has been True Masters and Morons, signing off. Thanks for watching this video. If you'd like to see more like it, hit that subscribe orb.
To see our last Let's Play, click or tap the link on the right.
For our last lore video, click the link on the left.
Thank you to all of our patrons for making these videos possible.
Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.